choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Today in history, 123 years ago today, the first Nobel Prize was awarded. Established based on the legacy of Swedish chemist Alfred Nobel, the Nobel Prize is managed by the Nobel Foundation. The awards, covering physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, peace, and economics, have significantly advanced scientific research and contributed to the betterment of humanity. Welcome to today's Qingchao Morning News. Let's start with political updates.
French government overthrown by parliament. Xinhua News reported that the French National Assembly recently passed a motion of no confidence in the government. In line with the French constitution, Prime Minister Barnier will submit his resignation to the president. This marks the first time since 1962 that the French government has been overthrown by parliament. Barnier's controversial bypassing of the National Assembly to pass a social security bill sparked strong opposition from both far-right and left-wing parties. The far-right National Rally and the New Popular Front, a coalition of left-wing parties, each submitted motions of no confidence. A pre-vote debate was held in the National Assembly before the vote on the motion. Georgia announces pause on EU membership talks. Comprehensive news from Tbilisi. Georgian Prime Minister Kobakidze recently announced that the government will suspend EU accession talks until 2028 and reject any EU financial assistance. He argued that the EU negotiations have been used by some EU politicians to manipulate Georgia, and stressed that the EU must engage with Georgia on equal terms. Following the announcement, thousands of pro-EU protesters clashed with police in Tbilisi, blocking streets and attempting to break into the Georgian Congress. Riot police responded with tear gas and water cannons. Georgia applied to join the EU in March 2022, with the European Commission accepting the application in June and granting candidate status in December 2023. Polls show that about 80% of Georgians support EU membership. Syrian military claims to have killed 200 militants. According to Syrian News, in early December, Syrian government forces clashed with opposition armed groups on 3 fronts in northern, northwest, and northeastern Hama province. On the northeastern front, government forces blocked the opposition 15 kilometers from the city of Hama. The Syrian military reported killing at least 200 opposition fighters and extremists, and shooting down about 20 drones. The London-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported that recent fighting has killed over 457 people, including at least 72 civilians. More than 48,500 people have been displaced, with over half of them children, particularly from Idlib and northern Aleppo. Vietnam approves 90 billion Singapore dollars North-South Rail project. According to the Vietnam news agency, Vietnam plans to invest $67 billion to build a high-speed railway from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City. It is expected to boost economic growth and enhance Vietnam's appeal to foreign investors. The 1,500 km railway will run from Ngoc Hoi Station in Hanoi to Thursday Thames Station in Ho Chi Minh City, passing through 23 stations in 20 provinces. The train will travel at 350 km per hour, reducing the current 30-hour journey to about 5 hours. The project is set to begin in 2027 and be completed by 2035. Japan to use AI to target pirated manga websites. According to Agence France-Presse, on December 3, Tokyo Cultural Institutions launched a 300 million yen pilot program using artificial intelligence to identify pirated manga and anime websites. Japan accuses these sites of causing billions of dollars in annual revenue losses for its anime and manga industries. Earlier this year, local publishers reported at least 1,000 websites offering illegal downloads, mainly of comics. Japan views its creative industries, including gaming, animation, and comics, as key growth sectors, on par with steel and semiconductors. Official data shows that Japan's gaming, animation, and comic industries earned 4.7 trillion yen in foreign revenue in 2022, nearly matching the 5.7 trillion yen from chip exports. South Korea's plastic recycling policy receives praise. Comprehensive news from Seoul. South Korea's plastic recycling policy has earned international praise. MIT Technology Review named South Korea among the top countries for recycling, and it ranked in the top 10 of the 2022 Green Future Index, the only Asian country to do so. Data shows South Korea's plastic waste recycling rate is 73%, far higher than the US's 5 to 6%. However, some environmentalists argue that the 73% figure is misleading, as the government only counts plastic waste in recycling bins. The Ministry of Environment stated that different countries define and measure waste differently, making comparisons challenging. Taiwanese writer Cheong Yao passes away. According to CCTV News, Taiwanese writer Cheong Yao passed away at her home in Tam Sui District, New Taipei City, at the age of 86. Her son confirmed she left a suicide note. When the ambulance arrived, she was found without breathing or a heartbeat and was not sent to the hospital. Cheong Yao, born Chen Zhe, was a renowned writer in Taiwan. Many of her novels, including My Fair Princess and A Dream Behind the Curtain, were adapted into popular films and TV series across the Chinese-speaking world.
According to Xilian Press, since late October, soda ash futures prices have fluctuated within a range of 150 yuan per ton. After mid-November, prices dropped to around 50 yuan per ton. That's all for today's Qingchao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.